And live from Charlie Cleveland Stadium on the campus of Sarasota High School, Irick Field, this is Sarasota Millionaires football. This afternoon, the Millionaires taking on their crosstown rival, Bradenton Gladiators. And good afternoon, everybody. We might be watching or listening to us today. Doug Miles along with Ed Schneider as we get set to bring you this interdivision game and a great crosstown rivalry renewed as the Millionaires return to the Florida Football Alliance this season. And, Ed, we missed you the last couple of weeks. I was doing a solo game, and good to have you back in the booth with us.
Well, it's great to be back with you, Doug, working together, calling some football. This time we're looking at some great semi-pro football, a lot of quality athletes out on the field today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a chance to do a high school game of the week last fall here on Ustream, and glad to be doing Millionaires football this season. Again, on Ustream.tv, we're live, and, of course, the replay available on Ustream and on YouTube as well. So it's a good day for football. A little overcast all day, but I don't think we're going to get any rain, Ed. Temperature looks like it's about in the mid to upper 60s. Slight breeze out there. Looks like the wind blowing to our right, but I don't think that'll be too much of a factor. And kind of renewing a rivalry that we had a chance to do a couple of these Bradenton Gladiator Sarasota games in the past, and should be a good one today.
Well, a lot of local talent is on the rosters of both teams, and always some great rivalries here with the local high school here on the Suncoast, the Manatee County schools and the Sarasota County schools. They also play a high school all-star game at the end of every regular season. So this rivalry continues to grow between the individual schools and these athletes. And I think we're going to see some exciting activity out on that field today.
Millionaires come in with a record of 1 up and 2 down. Tough 42-0 loss last week in Orlando to the Rage. And the Bradenton undefeated this year at 3-0. They beat Brevard County, the Hurricanes, 16-0 last week. Millionaires will get the ball to start today's game on the opening kickoff, and we're just about set to go as the Millionaires try and bounce back after a tough road loss. We were told practice is a little bit intense this week under Coach Givens. Here's a low squib kick. It's going to go through and not be returned into the end zone, and the Millionaires will start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That was a well-placed kickoff. Kicked it towards the far corner of play, just got into the end zone, unable to be returned. So the Sarasota Millionaires will get this first possession, Doug, starting out on their own 20. Let's see if they can get some offense going early, since they weren't able to do a whole lot of that last week against the Orlando Rage.
Yeah, nothing going at all last week offensively with either the running or the passing game. Teron Weathersby did not have a good game. We're told a new quarterback for the Millionaires may see some action today, just signed this week, Josh Blanton. And we'll see if he enters the game as the Millionaires dressed in the emerald green jerseys, the black pants today with the gold numbers, black helmets with the M logo on the side, gold stripe down the middle of the helmet. But starting at quarterback for the Millionaires is Mike Peterson in there. He had been a wide receiver and a quarterback last week in his first game back at that position. So let's see if Mike Peterson can kind of rekindle what he used to do when he quarterbacked the team a few years ago. Taking a long count, turns around, pitches it back to Choo Choo Brown, goes up the left side, puts the helmet down, and plunges ahead for a couple of yards out near the 22-yard line.
There was some movement there on the defensive front. I thought maybe the long count drew the Gladiators offside, but no flags on the play. It looked like there was an opening there right off the bat there for Choo-Choo, but it closed up quickly and held them to a 2-yard gain, and now a late flag, Doug.
Yeah, the official threw the flag well after the play was over, pointing now at the Millionaires, maybe some unsportsmanlike. Let's see what the call is here. He was pointing at Mike Peterson, the quarterback, who was kind of jawing at the official. So let's see. He's going to come over and give us the signal now. And it's against the Millionaires. I'm not sure what that signal was.
I've never seen that signal, Doug.
Hand to the heart was the signal.
Illegal participation, we're hearing, is what the call is, and maybe they had too many players in
too many men,
huddle,
perhaps, yeah.
And that's going to get the Millionaires going backwards on before they really get a playoff here. Let's make it 1st and long here again for the Millionaires.
Yeah, 1st and 15 now back at their own 15-yard line. As we mentioned, moving from right to left in this opening quarter. Millionaires lining up with double wideouts to either side of the line, split way wide. And one back set, Choo-Choo in the backfield. Mike Peterson behind center, surveying the defense. Now crouches down, takes the snap, drops back the pass, stops, throws. Has a man there, but overthrows him, and it is incomplete, trying to hit James Judge, but he was very well covered.
Well, they tried to run the quick slant to the wideout on the far side, pass was high and behind him. They really didn't have an opportunity to get a hand on it, so it falls incomplete, setting up second down for the Millionaires.
2nd and 15, just underway here at Irick Field, the home field for the Millionaires this season, the Booker High School field being resodded, so Millionaires playing all of their home games here at Sarasota High this season. Again, lining up in the 2 wide outs to the far side, just 1 to the near side now. Choo-Choo in the backfield, kind of an offset tight end on the near side of the line. Peterson, here comes the rush as he drops back to pass. He eludes 1 tackler, has to get away from 2, rolling to the near side, just throws it out of bounds. And it is incomplete. Tried to, I think, make a completion over there, but he was in trouble.
That would have been quite a play if they would have been able to complete that one. As Peterson was scrambling for his life off to the left, he did get it in the area of a receiver, but these are NFL rules. All he has to do is, once he breaks outside the pocket, get the ball past the line of scrimmage, and it's not intentional grounding. So it ends up being an incomplete pass, setting up third down here, Doug, for the Millionaires.
Ball kind of floated a little bit. Looked like it was going to go well out of bounds on throwing it away, and nearly blew back into play. It is a 3rd and 15 now, just underway, less than a minute into this opening quarter. And the Millionaires with the ball first this afternoon. Peterson, looks like the rush is coming again, and handoff and a fumble, and it's recovered by Bradenton and returned down inside the 5 near the goal line. Touchdown Gladiators. That ball came loose on the snap from center to quarterback, and that was 21, I believe, on the recovery there, right? Mismere Sidiak, the defensive back, picked it up and returned it for the score.
Well, it looked like fumbled exchange there, Doug, between Peterson. As you said, he hasn't been playing quarterback exclusively this season, back at the starting position at quarterback, and that snap got fumbled and picked up by Braden and rumbles into the end zone for an early touchdown, putting the Millionaires down with 13:56 to go here in the first quarter, 6-0.
Check that. It was Terrence Hall, 72, big offensive lineman. One of the guys you were looking at our roster, Ed, goes 6'3", 290. Played his high school ball at Riverview High School, and he just picked it up, rumbled into the end zone for the score. And now Philip Chaltis with the extra point try, as the Gladiators score first at 13:56 of the first quarter off a turnover. Another costly turnover for the Millionaires. They have been plagued by turnovers so far this season, at least the last 2 games. The extra point is up, and it is good. And Terrence Hall puts the Gladiators on the scoreboard first. And they lead it 7-0, and right away the Millionaires again in the hole, just like they were last week to the Orlando Rage.
That's the last thing that the Millionaires needed on that first possession. They were just trying to see if they could get a first down and get out of the shadow of their own end zone a little bit after that penalty on the first play of the game. And instead, they cough it up, and defensive lineman's dream, able to pick up the loose ball and rumble into the end zone for a touchdown, puts the Gladiators up here very early in the game, 7-0. And the Millionaires, as you mentioned, Doug, once again in an early hole. Let's see if they can try to get a return going here on this second kickoff and get some field position.
So Terrence Hall recovers a fumble and returns it 15 yards for the score. Now the Millionaires will get the ball right back, but again, something Ernest Gibbons did not want to see happen early in this game, particularly after last week's 42-0 shutout to the Orlando Rage, and automatically you're right down against an undefeated team leading the division. So let's see how the Millionaires react here and see if they can come back and put some kind of drive together.
And Doug manning the chat box early on here in the game, getting some news out on our broadcast online.
We're tweeting out and Facebooking out the scores as we go along. I know a lot of people follow that. And Chaltis with the high end-over-end kick, backpedaling is Gene Ash, who picks it up at the goal line. Going to return it out to the 5, to the 10, and a knockdown around the 10-yard line. May have been wiser just to let that go into the end zone.
Well, I don't think he had the choice. I think he touched it when it was in
Might
the
have
field
been right in play.
And he had to bring that one out. I think the mistake there, Doug, was greatly underestimated the strength of the kicker's leg. They were playing up around the 10-yard line, and the kicker was able to get the little bit of that wind behind him, carry that ball down to about the 2-yard line, and that caused him to fumble it into the end zone, and he had to bring it out. And once again, the Sailors are starting, or the Millionaires rather, starting here at their own 10-yard line.
So a little bit deeper than they had on their first possession at the 20. Now it's at the 10. Mike Peterson still in at quarterback, trying to get his team going here offensively. He's going to roll out to the far side, and I believe that play was whistled dead. There was a flag at the near side of the field at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like the Bradenton defensive front was offsides. Looked similar to the first series, but this time they got the flag, so that'll set up a first and short situation. Hopefully it's not illegal.
It's actually against the Millionaires, Ed. They offside on Sarasota on that snap, so it's going to be 1st and 15 now at the 5.
It wasn't the long count. Obviously, it's somebody moved up front, and the Millionaires digging himself another hole here on this second possession of the first quarter.
Oh, Millionaires got to be careful here. They could be run out of this game early if they make another mistake here. So they got to be get the running game going here, get a couple of first downs, get out of trouble, see if they can do it. Lining up again with 2 wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near side. Choo-Choo Brown in the backfield. And again, the long count by Mike Peterson. Here's a handoff in the backfield. Ball comes loose again, and it's picked up by the Gladiators. Return into the end zone. Another fumble and another touchdown. That looked like it was David Brooks who picked it up, ran it in from 5 yards out, and bang, bang, you're down 13-0. Less than 2 minutes in the game.
Yeah, that ball definitely, we could see it bouncing out of there, Doug, even though it was on the far side of the field. And David Brooks picked it up, easy play to scoop and get it into the end zone. The Millionaires quickly down 13-0. We haven't even reached the 13 minutes left in the first quarter mark, and a tough start here for the Sarasota Millionaires.
So 2 fumbles and 2 recoveries by the Gladiators. And David Brooks goes 5 yards on the recovery on the far side of the field into the end zone. And now Chaltis with his extra point try. And you just look at Ernest Givens with hands on hips on the near sideline, head coach of the Millionaires. And he's saying, what do I have to do here? That's not working. That would be 56 unanswered points going back to last week, 42 for Orlando. And now extra point is no good, so it was 13-0, but 55 unanswered points against this, what used to be called the blackout defense, Ed, but last 2 weeks it has not done so.
Now that kick on the extra point was a knuckler, missed to the left side, so that's about the first bit of positive news for the Millionaires. They're down 13-0 here, still 13-18 to go in the first quarter, and no doubt about it that they need to find a way to get a couple first downs going and get some positive vibes into this game, or as you mentioned, Doug, they could be run out of the field here in short order, as certainly the Bradenton Gladiators are getting penetration up front on their defensive line, getting into the backfield and creating a lot of problems early on here for the Millionaires.
So once again, the kickoff will be coming to the Millionaires, and like we said, only less than 2 minutes in, 1:42 into this first quarter, and the Millionaires trailing at 13-0. So let's see if I would think that Ernest Gibbs might want to call a timeout here to settle down his team.
Well, and I see the Millionaires this time, they are lined up standing on the goal line, so I think they're better positioned to get this kickoff. Hopefully they can get it, catch it in stride and get some positive yardage here and try to get some field position and get an offensive drive going.
So Philip Chaltis, the kicker, has been busy so far for Bradenton. Again, good booming kick down the middle of the field, backpedaling, and this will go into the end zone, will not be returned. So Chaltis doing a good job of keeping a good Millionaires return from happening. We know some of these Millionaire speedsters can break one if they can get the head of steam, but not given that opportunity yet.
Yeah, that was definitely an excellent kick. He got a great leg into it, got it up in the air, and carried into the end zone over the head of the receiver. And the Millionaires, once again, starting from their own 20. Let's see if they can run the first play without a penalty and at least try to get some positive yardage and get something going.
Mike Peterson remaining in the game on this series. He's had a rough go so far. Played a little bit last week, kind of shuttling between Teron Weathersby and Mike Peterson. But neither quarterback could get anything going last week, and so far it's been a rough go for the Millionaires. As they line up with 2 wide outs to the near side, none to the far side. Peterson drops back, look to throw, Still looking. Now he's going to have to evade a rush and throws a little dump pass that is complete to his running back, but it's going to be a loss of about 8-9 yards on the play. Patrick Choo-Choo Brown made the catch, but he was brought right down.
Yeah, the safety valve was there. Peterson had plenty of time on that first down play. I think it was a good idea to try to look to pass on first down. Gave him a little more time, but excellent defensive coverage. And there was a flag on the play, illegal procedure against the Millionaires, but that was declined by the Gladiators. And Coach Givens taking a timeout here. He figures he better do something quick or this game's going to be over.
Yeah, they declined the penalty on the illegal procedure since they lost about 9 yards anyway, and Ernest Givens out on the field giving his team a nice lecture right now. And as we mentioned, Ed, Ernest Givens, one of the great wide receivers in the NFL, played with those great Houston Oilers teams with Warren Moon, Hayward Jeffries, and Ernest Givens were two of Moon's favorite receivers back in the 80s.
But not too many quarterbacks that threw the ball better than Warren Moon, one of the great passers of all time in the NFL. Just think of what he would have done, Doug, if he wouldn't have played 6 years up in the CFL.
Right.
And I've seen interviews with Warren Moon where he's felt he didn't get a fair shake coming out of the University of Washington and had to go up to Canada. But he won, like, I think 4 or 5
couple of Grey Cups,
Grey
more
Cups
than
up
that,
there, which is the equivalent of the Super Bowl in the Canadian League. So Ernest Givens, the beneficiary of one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time with the Houston Oilers.
Well, Ernest Givens done talking to his team. And now it'll be a 2nd down and 19 back at the 11-yard line for Sarasota. Still less than 2 minutes into the game. 13:06 remaining in this opening quarter. One wide out. Gene Nash in motion now to the far side. Peterson turns around, hands it off again to his running back, and he is smothered right away. And that was Terrell Brown on the carry, but not much there. Maybe 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 17 now.
Yeah, nothing there up front, but they're pinned deep in their own territory. You don't want to risk another turnover here, so I think maybe Coach Givens at least going conservative to try to see if maybe they can break one loose and get a first down. Otherwise, punt it away and see what your defense can do.
Trip wides to the near side, one to the far side, and one back set again as Mike Peterson surveying the defense. Big front line of defensive line of Bradenton. Now we get somebody coming across early. Looked like Carter Bryant jumped offside for Bradenton on defense. And let's see if the Millionaires get the benefit of a penalty here. And it will be against the Gladiators.
Finally, a break for the Millionaires, able to pull the Gladiators off sides. It sets up a little easier play. It's still 3rd and 7.
About 12.
About 12 now to go. Let's see if they decide now to go to a pass and try to pick up a first down.
Yeah, the down guy was a little bit late. Now he moves up 3rd and 12 for the Millionaires. As Peterson back to pass, throws over the middle. It is in and out of the hands and nearly picked off. Pass intended for Terrell Brown. And as it came through his fingers, Keon Hines, there's a name we've heard before, Ed, nearly picked it off.
That was would have been a tough completion, thrown into triple coverage really there. Brown was surrounded by 3 Bradenton Gladiator players. Ball was a touch behind him, hit off his hand, and they were lucky it wasn't intercepted. But give the Millionaires credit. They tried to pick up a first down through the air. Falls incomplete. And let's see now if they can get some good punt coverage and then play some defense.
Evan Patoka in to punt it, standing at his own 3-yard line. A flag comes down on the punt. It is fielded by Darian Platt at the 42 of the Millionaires. Takes it inside the 35 to about the 34. There is a flag, though, back around the line of scrimmage. So let's see if somebody left early for the Millionaires, or is it an offside on Bradenton?
Curious to see what the play is.
Going to be offside on Sarasota. I'm sure Gladiators will decline this.
The legal procedure. They're going to take that kind of field position inside the 35-yard line of the Millionaires. That was a line drive kick taken by the short man on the punt return, and he knows what to do with it. Get it up the field. Got it down to about the 34-yard line. A great field position to start the first drive on offense in this game for the Bradenton Gladiators. still 12 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Seems like they've been at it a lot longer than 3 minutes of game time.
Yeah, like you said, that first time the Gladiators have had the offense on the field so far this ball game, as they've scored 2 defensive touchdowns off of fumble recoveries. So we'll get a chance to see now what the Gladiators will do. Now the Millionaire defense, a lot of pressure on them, defending the field at their own 34-yard line to start. And Nicholas Kirby in at quarterback. We've called his name before with the Gladiators. I formation as they send out single wideouts to either side of the line. Now tight end drops back in motion to the far side. Kirby, long count. Takes the snap, pitches it back in the backfield. That is Glenn Wood, who used to play for the Millionaires, trying to cut upfield, and he is chopped down around the 33-32, so good job there by the Millionaire defense. Big Marvin Mo Harrison on the stop for Sarasota.
Glenn Woods took the pitch to the near side. The tight end had shifted to the opposite side, and they ran away from the tight end side, tried to hopefully outman the Millionaires at the point of attack, but good defense by the Millionaires to hold it to a short gain.
About a 2-yard pickup down to the 32-yard line. Second down and 8 for Bradenton. 11:20 remaining in this opening quarter. Gladiators with the 13-0 lead so far. Single wideouts again. Tight end shifting to the far side of the line again. Same formation. Kirby behind center. Taking a long count again. And somebody jumps off for the Millionaires, and that's exactly what Kirby wanted to have happen. And that was Trent Murray. No, check that. That was Chris Odom jumping offside for Sarasota.
Chris Odom, a 5'11", 325-pounder from Sarasota. Right on the ball, Doug. You got to watch the ball. You can't listen to the count. Easy 5-yard penalty for the Gladiators. Now setting up a second and short situation. Let's see if they go to the air and try to pick up the touchdown right here.
Something that you know well as being an old lineman yourself. You look at the ball, right, Ed? You don't listen to the count.
Watch the ball.
Second down, let's call it a long 2 or a short 3. Down around the 27-yard line of the Millionaires. I formation again. Glenn Woods in the tailback slot. Single wideout split to either side. Millionaires showing a blitz here perhaps. Kirby drops back to pass. Throws a little slant pattern, and it is nearly picked off on the far side of the field. And that was Willie Phelps over there. Low throw, incomplete, nearly scooped up by Phelps.
Yeah, Willie should have had that one, Doug. That was right in his hands. Not a very good throw on the slant to the wide side. But falls incomplete, setting up fourth. I guess it's third down.
Third and 3.
Third and 3 after the penalty. And they still maybe in 2-down territory here. Let's see if they keep it on the ground now to try to pick up the first down.
So the Millionaires would love to force at least a long field goal here if they can. Woods on the handoff, and he is chopped down as he cuts across the 25-yard line. Good job. There's a big hole there, but closed up very quickly. Let's see if they got it in time before the first down.
Looks like might be enough
to
move
he got
the
it.
chains.
Yep, he got it.
Good quickness through the hole there by Woods. Like you said, there was a hole initially. It closed up quickly, but Woods was able to get through there quick enough to just pick up the first down and move the chains for the Gladiators. The initial first down of the game, Doug.
First down of the ball game for either team, and now it is 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of Sarasota. Glad staying in that same I formation with the single wideouts to either side. Kirby turns around, hands off. Woods, right side of the line, finds a hole, scoots up the middle, across the 20-yard line to about the 19-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 yards on that carry. As you mentioned, Glenn Woods played for the Gladiators, then came over to the Millionaires for a couple of seasons, now back with Bradenton. And a very quick runner, likes to dart in and out. And a good pickup there on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Well, this is semi-pro ball. The players can decide where they want to play, and teams recruit players and sign players. And we talked to team President Calvin Williams, said that they have till the end of next week to finalize their roster for the season as the Millionaires continue to look for more players as well.
2nd and 6. Kirby behind center, flips it back, and the ball comes loose. Picked up, though. No, it is still loose. Bobbled again, and I believe the Millionaires have recovered. It was pitched to Chris Hall, And he couldn't hang on to it, got a second chance at it, still couldn't pick it up, and the Millionaires recover a fumble, so something went right for the Millionaires there.
They needed that. The initial pitch was fumbled, but it took one of those good hops right back to him. But instead of falling on it, he tried to pick it up in stride and run with it, and he wasn't able to corral it, and it comes loose, and the Millionaires had 3 or 4 players there on top of it. First break of the game for the Millionaires, something they certainly needed to thwart that offensive attempt by the Gladiators, setting up the Millionaires first down on their own 20.
But like you said, Ed, they've been pinned back so far every time, the 20, the 10, and now the 20 again. And they trail at 13-0, 8:59 remaining in this first quarter of play from Sarasota High School. Doug Miles, Ed Schneider with you. Glad you were with us this Saturday afternoon. There's a handoff and a short pickup across the 20-yard line. Maybe 1-yard pickup by Choo Choo Brown. They're going to say he got forward progress to about the 20, well, let's see where they spot it, 23-yard line. So about a 3-yard pickup. I thought I saw Mike Ford come out of the tunnel and go on the sideline on that last defensive series for the Millionaires. We'll see if he gets in the ball game. I believe he changed his number, if that's him. So we'll see if he gets in the game today. And here's a handoff again. That is Mike Ford in the ball game. He goes straight up the middle out of the tailback slot and brought down at the 29-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Well, some hard running there by Mike Ford. Certainly something that the Millionaires can use is to have his ability in the backfield. They need to try to get something going, try to get some offensive consistency. How about a first down, Doug, here on 3rd and short? Initial first down of the game would be a big boost to get the Millionaires back into this game.
7:52 and counting. Millionaires with a 3rd and short right now at their own 29-yard line. And there's some motion along the defensive line. Randolph Williams stepped across. Let's see. No, they're going to say it was the Millionaires going first. So that drops back to now a 3rd and 6.
That's not going to make the coach very happy. You can't have those kind of mental errors on the offensive line against a good team like the Gladiators and expect to have a chance to compete.
So it takes it back to the 24-yard line of Sarasota. And it's been a frustrating start to the game for the Millionaires after a tough road loss last week in Orlando to another division opponent, now playing the leader of the division, 3-0 coming in. The Gladiators lead the NFC Central Division in the Florida Football Alliance. Here's Mike Peterson turning around, handing it off to Ford again, and he is bunched up right around the 25-yard line. Good job by that Gladiator defense closing up that hole. It'll bring up a 4th and about 5, and the Millionaires will have to punt it.
Yeah, not much room on that one, Doug. They pretty much bottled up Mike Ford from the moment he took the handoff, and that's going to force the Millionaires to punt here. Let's see if they can get off a better punt than they did the last time. And the Gladiators look like they've scouted here a little bit, making sure that they have a short receiver as well as a deep one in case we get another line drive kick.
Jeff Charlton, the deep man, and Darian Platt a little bit closer up toward midfield as Evan Patoka will now punt it from his own 10-yard line. Gets a decent snap, steps into it, gets it with the left foot, high kick. It's going to be a little bit short, though. So will bounce at midfield and go out of bounds at the Gladiator 45-yard line. So good field position again for Bradenton as they have a 13-0 lead, 6:27 left in the first quarter.
That's a 30-yard punt, 30-yard net as it goes out of bounds. But the best you can say, Doug, is that at least finally they have the Gladiators back into their own territory, even though it is at the 45-yard line. The Millionaires need to try to do something here to get some field position and get some momentum. They need to see if they can stuff the Gladiators right here and get the ball back.
Millionaire defense back out on the field like last week. They had the challenge of several times having to defend short fields on their side, and again they're doing it again this game with 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns so far, and now still pretty good field position for the Glads at their own 45. I formation again. Glenn Woods in the tailback slot, single wide out split to either side. Kirby, long count again, takes the snap, turns around. Glenn Woods fakes right, goes left, ball comes loose, and it's picked up, it looks like, by the Millionaires at the 44-yard line.
They're saying he was down, though, on contact.
Yep, saying he was down. Ball popped loose as Glenn Woods was kind of falling down, but the referee said the knee must have been down.
Mr. Woods is going to find himself sitting on the bench here. It's now 2 fumbles by 2 different backs for the Gladiators. That's not going to make their coach happy, that's for sure.
Glenn Woods, we've seen him a few times over the years, played at Riverview High School with the Rams, as well as with the Millionaires previously. Loss of about 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. As the Gladiators moving from left to right, white jerseys with the orange pants, white helmets with the BG logo on the side. I formation again, just staying in that same formation so far the first quarter. Kirby back to pass. Look to throw to the near side. He does. It is caught, but a short pickup. Nice stop there by the defensive back for the Millionaires. That was Alan Barnett. And a short pickup on the reception by the tight end.
Frankie Romo, tight end for the Braden Gladiators. Hometown Oakland, California.
So he had a bit of a travel to get here for the Gladiators, and it's about a 4-yard pickup, 3rd down, and let's call it 7 at the 48-yard line of Bradenton. Under 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Gladiators with the 13-0 lead. Kirby behind center, I formation again, pitches it to Woods. This time he goes to the far side of the field, has a blocker in front of him, eludes one tackler, but he's going to be wrapped up and brought down short of the first down, just inside Millionaire territory. Pickup of about 4 on the play to bring up a 4th down and about 2, it looks like. Let's see what the Gladiators do here. Will they go for it? Going to be about 2 yards, maybe 3 short. They're going to mark it at the Millionaire 48.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to play the field position game, which has worked well for them so far.
Philip Chaltis in to punt it.
Let's see if the Millionaires can get a return going here.
Nigel Matthews back for Sarasota at his own 5. Millionaires will no doubt put on a rush here, try and force some kind of block punt if they can, or a bad kick. They need something to go right their way here, get some good field position. Like you said, Ed, they have been pinned back for last week and now this week. Just have not had good field position. Only 2 times they were really in the red zone last week.
Yeah, it should be a delay of game. They've been going back and forth trying to substitute properly, both sides.
And there you go.
Finally get the call. That was about a 50-second between the ball when the ball was marked the last time. Maybe that was one of those deliberate delay of game penalties by a punting team when they're around midfield to give them a little more room to try to land the ball inside the 20. In any event, let's see now what the kicking game of the Braden and Gladiators looks like here from the punt formation.
Yeah, Philip Chaltis, who played at Manatee High School, takes the snap, steps up into it. Good spiral kick. Nigel Matthews putting up the fair catch signal. It bounces behind him, and he should not touch this now. And it will go into the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
Beautiful kick. They just weren't able to get down under it quick enough. It took a pretty firm bounce there and bounded into the end zone. Landed at about the 10, 11-yard line, but not able to keep it in play, so that goes as a touchback, and that'll bring the the Millionaires out to their usual starting spot in this game, Doug, the 20-yard line. They've been there. This is now the 4th time out of 5 possessions. They started from their own 20, and so far they been unable to get a first down in the game.
And they break huddle, lining up in the 3 wideouts to the near side and 1 to the far side. 1 back set. Mike Peterson pitches it to Ford, going off the left side, finds some room, has some blockers in front of him, and he gets out near the 30-yard line before pushed out of bounds. So a good run there on first down. Let's see if he got enough of the first down before he went out of bounds. Nope, going to be short by about 3 yards, so a 7-yard pickup.
Nice pickup by Mike Ford on first down. Sets the Millionaires up in the 2nd and short. Let's see if they look to go for the big play here with a great down and distance on a 2nd down call.
Let's give them 8 yards on that. So 2nd and 2 at their own 28-yard line. 2.5 left in the opening quarter. Millionaires trailing it by 2 scores, 13-0. Let's see if that extra point may play some point later in the game as the Gladiators jump offside before the snap. Here come the flags. See if the Millionaires can pick up a first down via the penalty, and they will.
And they do.
So they will get the first down. We want to say hello to former coach John Mackler, who listens to our ball game. Sent a couple of texts over before the game today. So, Coach, if you're out there watching and listening, Ed and I want to say hello to you again. I know you got a team you're working on with out there in Colorado. I know you can't play yet, but you'll be playing a little bit later this year in semi-pro ball.
All right, Coach. Have a good season.
Too bad we can't fly out and do the games. Split backfield now for the Millionaires. 2 wide out to the near side, 1 to the far. Here's Peterson back to pass. Looks right, looks left. Now he has to elude a tackler, and he gets away from one. He's got his shirt grabbed, and now he's going to be brought down for the sack all the way back inside his own 20.
I think they're going to call in the grasp and at least give him a little bit of the yardage that he lost after he got gang tackled back there, but it's still a big loss on the first down here. Backs him all the way up inside the 25-yard line, setting up a 2nd and long situation for the Millionaires.
Now a late flag dropped in the Braden Gladiator backfield. 2 of them come down from the back judge and the umpire. Yeah, Peterson was pushed back further behind his own 20, but they said he was stopped momentum at the 22, so that's where they will mark the ball. And a penalty against the Gladiators. Dead ball foul here. Not exactly sure what the signal was there.
Not
Too many
sure
men,
either.
maybe? See if we get a call here.
A big break for the Millionaires. I think
it's a personal foul, I believe, after the play was over. And the Millionaires will get a first down here, I believe. They're going to mark it up to the 41-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 5.
I'm not sure on the call, Doug, but
I checked at the 36-yard line.
But the Millionaires are going to take it. That certainly helps them here. 2-minute mark still remaining in the first quarter. By far the best field position for Sarasota here early on in this game. They still haven't been able to put together much consistency on the offensive side. A lot of that, Doug, is the reason of the defensive line of the Braden Gladiators. They've been putting pressure on all day, both against the run and the pass. Mike Peterson's been having to scramble back there, and he's not the tallest quarterback, Doug, and it's tough to find receivers out there if you don't have a clear passing lane, and he really hasn't had much of that today. I guess what I'd like to see is do some bootlegs and rollouts, get him outside the pocket a little bit, give him a little clearer view to throw the ball, and also maybe help slow down some of that pass rush so that Mike Peterson has an opportunity to get the ball downfield.
Yeah, Peterson goes maybe 5'6", 5'7", and maybe 160, 170, so has that challenge of trying to throw over these big linemen. You're just looking at the weights, Ed. We checked it before on the roster. You got 300, 275, 290. So you get some big guys on that front line of the Braden Gladiators. But it's 1st and 5 now at the Millionaires 36 after the penalty against the Gladiators. Dead ball foul, personal foul apparently is the call. So the Millionaires with an opportunity now. Peterson back to pass. Stops, throws deep. Has a man coming over the middle. It is Seymour with the catch at the 30-yard line. Brought down inside the 25. Ben Seymour, his first big catch in a couple of weeks. And a huge first down for the Millionaires.
Ben Seymour, nice 6'4" receiver, had nice inside position there on the defender, and give Mike Peterson credit. He laid the ball right there where only his guy could catch it, and Seymour comes down with it, moves the chains in a big way, gets the Sarasota Millionaires all the way down inside the 25-yard line of the Braden Gladiators. Let's see if they can continue this momentum and get a score here and cut that deficit in half.
At the 23 of the Gladiators, best field position in a long time for the Millionaires, going back to early in last week's game against the Orlando Rage. Here's Peterson handing it off. Mike Ford in the backfield trying to cut upfield, puts the shoulder down. He does. He breaks through, and he gets across the 15, still on his feet, into the end zone. He does sort of a flip. Is it a touchdown, or did they say he was knocked out of bounds? I don't see the official give the touchdown signal yet.
I did see one there, down in the corner.
And it is, apparently. The other officials didn't put their arms up, so it is a touchdown, Millionaires.
That was some outstanding running by Mike Ford. It looked like they had him gang tackled, and then he broke loose from that, and someone was holding on his jersey, and Mike kept the legs moving, was able to break free and get into the end zone, took the old dive into the corner of the end zone there for the first score of the day for the Sarasota Millionaires. Let's see if they can cut the deficit now to 13-7.
Evan Patoka with the extra point try, left-footed kicker. And that changes the momentum a little bit right now. James Judge, the holder, puts the ball down. The kick is up. And it's good. So with 58 seconds remaining in this opening quarter, the momentum shifting back to the Millionaires right now, set up by that Ben Seymour catch. And the Millionaires go 80 yards on that drive. They trail it now 13-7.
Yeah, and a lot of that was set up by that personal foul call against the Braden Gladiators. Just when the Millionaires were getting backed up on a sack, that all got erased, and they picked up a first down there after that key penalty, and they took advantage of it. 2 plays after that penalty, Doug. The long pass to Seymour, and then the outstanding run by Mike Ford to get it into the end zone. And just like that, the Sarasota Millionaires, who looked inept, to be honest, early on in the game, they've come back. They've been able to stop the Gladiators, 2 possessions that they've had it, and they turned that break off the penalty into a touchdown. And here we have a ball game here, 58 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's only 13-7 in favor of the Braden Gladiators.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be run out of the building time for the Gladiators over the Millionaires there, but they hung in there, go 80 yards on that drive. Like you said, helped by a couple of penalties, but that Ben Seymour catch got him out of trouble. Good pass by Mike Peterson to do that, and then Ford with the 23-yard touchdown run. And now the Millionaires, you look at the sideline, Ed, a much better mood over there, just trailing it by 6 right now. So let's see, that extra point could come into play later in the ball game and be a factor. Now Evan Patoka will kick it off for the Millionaires. And Glenn Woods back for Bradenton, standing at his own 8-yard line, along with Chauncey Jones. High end-over-end kick, and it's going to be fielded by Woods at the 15. It gets across the 20, up to the 25 to the 30, tripped up there as he crosses the 30-yard line. So a pretty good return by Woods. And the Millionaires now, let's see if their defense, they're going to be a little bit more fired up right now with a chance to try and force a turnover. And they're going to mark it right at the 30.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage there by the Millionaires. It looked like Woods had some running room down the far side, but they were able to get there quickly and close up that hole and hold them to the 30. Let's see now if the Braden Gladiators offense can do anything. They really haven't done much at all. Only 1 first down so far, and they've lost a fumble. So far it's been a game of fumbles. The Millionaires are still in the short end, but much more in the game than they were.
Now we get a flag thrown by the referee before the play can get set here.
Looks like maybe an illegal participation flag here. Let's see.
If we get the hand over the heart signal. Well, it's illegal procedure against Braden.
Before they even got the ball snapped. So not a good start to this third drive of the game for the Gladiators. It's going to put them in a 1st and 15 situation. And things are starting to look up for the Millionaires, Doug.
Just got a text from Coach Mackler, who's listening, and he said Ben Seymour has always been Mike Peterson's favorite target, going back to the old SSFL days as well. So they connected on that one, Coach, and paid off big time. Right now, the Millionaires trying to force the Gladiators here. They have a 1st and 15 against them. Let's see what the Gladiators do on response to the Millionaire touchdown. First time Kirby's been in the shotgun now as they line up in the 4 wideouts, 1 back set. Kirby takes the snap, hands off inside. Glenn Woods goes up the middle, and he gets up across the 25 to about the 27, so he picks up about 2 yards on the carry.
A little delay handoff off the shotgun formation. Nice hold
Actually,
there.
that was Craig Carnes on the carry, sorry.
Craig Carnes, nice hole at the point of attack, was able to get through there, pick up a good gain on that first down play. Sorry, only 3 yards. I thought it looked more than it ended up being. So that did close it up quickly, the Millionaires D did, and setting up 2nd and long now for the Gladiators.
Craig Carnes, another former Manatee Hurricane on this Braden Gladiator roster. 2nd down and 12 now for the Gladiators at their own 28-yard line. Kirby again in the gun, takes the snap, throws to the near side. It is caught at the 34-yard line. And Bon Bean, another name we've seen in the past. He played at Manatee for the Hurricanes. Goes out of bounds, though, after about a 5-6 yard pickup. And it will bring up a third down and about 5 for the Gladiators as the first quarter comes to an end.
Yeah, just your quick out there on the last play of the first quarter to Bean. Nice throw by Kirby. Put the ball in the right spot, and Bean was able to turn it up and get out of bounds for about a 6-yard gain, 7-yard gain there, setting up a third and manageable situation for the Gladiators here once we change the ends of the field and get the second quarter underway.
So at the end of one, it's the Braden Gladiators 13, the Sarasota Millionaires 7. You're listening to the Sarasota Millionaires Football Network and DougMilesMedia.com as we come to you live today from Charlie Cleveland Stadium at Irick Field on the campus of Sarasota High School. Again, all of our games are available as replays, not only here at Ustream.tv, but at YouTube.com. You can just type in Millionaires or Gladiators, and it will come up. And we'll also have our post-game report, as we did with the high school football at the end of the game. So that'll also be available at YouTube.com and at DougMilesMedia.com. Teams have changed ends now. Gladiators now moving from right to left on this 3rd and 5 at their own 35-yard line. 2 wideouts to either side of the line, and a little motion along the line of scrimmage there. No flag? No, now there come the flags. Somebody in the Millionaires jumped off, but let's see if they were drawn off. Flag from the far side official, far sideline official. And it's going to be offside on the Million. Well, it looks like he's going to do the offside signal. Now here it is. Okay. Hands on hips.
But they were still talking it over.
Yeah, he was going to do the hands on hips, then he stopped for a second, but it is a penalty on the Millionaires. One of the defensive linemen jumped off, and that is good enough for a first down.
That's not good for the Millionaires. They had them stopped on the incomplete pass, but instead they commit the offside penalty and give a first down to the Gladiators.
Yep, mistakes like that often turn into points. The Millionaires have had 2 turnovers in the ball game that have resulted in 13 points so far. 1st and 10 now at the 40-yard line of the Gladiators. Kirby takes the snap in the gun, throws deep down near side, up for grabs. Oh, nice catch. Going up to grab it and bring it down was Jeff Charlton. He was well covered, but Charlton went up and hauled it in for a big first down inside the Millionaire 30.
Yeah, that's a 32-yard pickup there, just like that. Jeff Charlton did go high. Give the quarterback credit. He put the ball up where only his guy could get it, and he went up and caught it at its highest point. That's what you're coached to do. Beautiful play, throw and catch, and that gets the Gladiators deep inside the Millionaire territory here, inside the 30-yard line. So
what could have been a 3 and out has now turned into a 1st and 10 in Millionaire territory at the 28-yard line of Sarasota. 1st and 10 for the Gladiators. 4 wideouts again to either side. In the backfield is Craig Carnes, along with his quarterback Kirby. Takes the snap. Carnes takes the inside handoff, cuts outside across the 25 to the 20. Hit there and brought down at the 20-yard line. Good run there by Carnes. Now pointing at the Millionaires sideline there. That's never a good thing to do.
And a little bit of gamesmanship there.
Well, he's pointing at Mike Ford, and they're laughing, so I guess they knew each other from maybe high school ball.
I think it looked like number 9, David Brooks, carried that one, Doug.
Well, I got Carnes as number 9 on my roster.
All right, I got the wrong roster number then.
Well, one does say Brooks, one does say Carnes, but the newest one we got says Carnes, so
we'll
go with that.
We'll go with that.
One of the Gladiator representatives gave us this roster right before we went on, so
we'll go with that one.
We had the original one from the website, Florida Football Alliance website, so you might want to change that over there, FFA.
Yeah, we might figure there'd be a change or two on there, Doug, from experience.
Minor league football, sometimes there are quick changes, and even Mike Ford today wearing a different number than he usually does. Here's the snap to Kirby. Throws over the middle, has a man wide open. Touchdown, Jeff Charlton from Kirby as they go 20 yards on that reception, and the Gladiators come right down. Like we said, Ed, could have been a 3 and out, and that penalty hurts the Millionaires. Gladiators turn it into a score.
And Kirby showing that he has an arm and showing that he has a top flight receiver. And Jeff Charlton, their former Manatee Hurricane, a couple nice catches there. He was able to get some good separation on that play. Just pretty much a straight streak down the sideline, and Kirby hit him in stride, and easy pitch and catch once again for the Gladiators, is able to convert on the touchdown.
Now Chaltis with the extra point try. Snap, the spot, the kick, and he makes this one after missing the last extra point. Kind of surprised he didn't go for two there, Ed, and make up for that extra point missed earlier.
He didn't get all the leg into that one either, Doug. That sort of just fluttered over, but at least he was able to get it between the uprights this time and convert. So 12:39 still to go here in the second quarter, and the Braden Gladiators answer that Sarasota Millionaire drive with one of their own, thanks again, both drives aided by penalties at key times, and the Gladiators are able to convert and go the length of the field for the touchdown, regain that 13-point lead, now 20-7 here early in the second quarter.
So they go 70 yards on that drive, capped off by that 20-yard touchdown pass, Kirby to Jeff Charlton. And it is now 20-7. So the Millionaires got the momentum back, but now the Gladiators have snatched it right away from them. So let's see how the Millionaires respond. And again, that penalty, very costly, Ed, on that defensive offside on what would have been a 3rd and 5. Made it a first down, and then Gladiators came right down with two good pass receptions there to score. A little drizzle now falling as we see some umbrellas coming up in the stands. Doesn't appear to be too hard a rain, although some people wearing the rain slickers in the stands. As Chaltis getting set to kick it back to Sarasota. End over end kick, a short kick, going to be taken by Nigel Matthews at the 25-yard line.
He coughed it up.
And the ball did come loose and went out of bounds on the far side of the field. And the Millionaires fortunate to keep the ball there. Nigel Matthews trying to do the run up and catch it on the fly, build up some momentum, but when you do that, sometimes you take your eye off the ball.
Yeah, he never tucked it away, and fortunate for the Millionaires that the ball ended up going out of bounds. Right there at the 32-yard line. So a decent field position to start this drive for the Millionaires. Let's see if they can respond to that last touchdown drive by the Gladiators. 1st and
10, Sarasota at their own 32-yard line. Mike Ford alone running back in the backfield. Mike Peterson at quarterback up behind center. Two wide out, split to the near side, one to the far side. Fake handoff by Peterson. He throws the ball over the middle. There is nobody there, and it's good. Oh, it is caught by Gene Ash. I didn't see him. He was behind a defender. Caught and running with it inside the 25-yard line, now inside the 20 of the Gladiators. Wow. Gene Ash came out of nowhere to catch that.
What a play. Mike Peterson dropped that in the bucket, as they say. Looked like there was no one there because there was 3 defenders surrounding him, but the ball dropped right into his hands. And makes a great run after the catch as well. Gets the ball all the way down inside the 20-yard line of the Braden Gladiators and sets up the Millionaires with great field position here. Big play for the Millionaires all the way from their own 32 down to the, looks like the 19-yard line of the Glads.
Reason we didn't see Gene Ash, he only goes 5'4", 145. He was behind the defender there, but he came behind them and made the catch. So great job there by Ash to kind of come back and make the catch. 1st and 10 at the Gladiator 19 with 12:20 remaining. The sticks haven't come down yet, so they're waiting for that to get in play before the Millionaires can snap it. Now we're set.
That 49-yard run, a little difficult for the chain gang.
Now I formation, Mike Ford, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Gladiators. They want to settle down their defense here. One thing about the Millionaires, Ed, I mean, they've always kind of been this way, a big play team. Sometimes when you think they just don't have it going, they can break one. They got a lot of speed. They've always been proud of having the great speedy wide receivers, and we saw that with Gene Ash right there.
Well, I think just the nature of this league, you're not going to see many teams have a lot of 80-yard, 12-play drives.
Right.
There's not enough time to practice that much during the week. These guys work and go to school and those kinds of things, and this isn't all they do. And So they have those grind them out 80-yard drives. Normally isn't going to be the case. Plus, this is Florida. There's a ton of great skill players sprinkled across the league, and certainly these two teams are no exception. We've already seen some big plays today by both squads, and that helps make this brand of football so exciting. A lot of big plays, as you mentioned, and 49-yarder there to get the Millionaires down inside the 20-yard line, and let's see if they can respond with yet another score.
Big series right now. You get this far down, you got to come away with points. As we know, the Gladiator offense, they're playing very well so far. Two defensive scores as well. Mike Ford in the tailback slot in the eye. Mike Peterson turns around, hands it up to Ford, finds a hole, ball comes loose. He picks it up out of the midair and takes it across the 20-yard line. Nearly coughed it up, but Ford able to kind of grab it again before it hit the ground.
Well, that's all part of it, Doug. Mike Peterson hasn't been full-time at quarterback, so to get that mesh with your running back takes a lot of work, and these teams really don't get to do that maybe enough, and so you get those kind of handoffs that don't quite find the right spot, and great job by Mike Ford to hold on to it and get some positive yardage.
Looks like Ford might be shaken up, too. They're motioning to have the coaching staff come out and look at him. I think it's Ford on the ground. We'll get it for you in a second. The officials are standing in front of the play. And as we mentioned, Mike Ford, a player we've seen many times over the years. You go back to that great playoff game you called, Ed, several years ago when he played at Riverview at that time, or was it Sarasota at that time?
He was on Riverview.
Riverview then.
And Sarasota was the underdog, and they were able to upset based on a couple Mike Ford fumbles in his own end of the field. Ended up costing the Riverview Rams, who were highly ranked that year. Sarasota came out of nowhere to get to the regional final. We'll always remember that game, the first game that I was involved in doing a broadcast, and must have been 8,000 to 10,000 here at Eyring Field, probably 5 deep all the way around the field, and an outstanding game. And the Sarasota Sailors ended up upsetting the Riverview Rams that night to go on to the regional the Final Four that year in the Florida State playoffs.
Ford also played here at Sarasota for the Sailors and played at USF briefly. Has had some troubles in his career trying to make a comeback by playing not only for the Millionaires but trying out for indoor football as well. And he's able to get off the field limping a little bit. Here's Choo Choo Brown on the carry, but he's going to be wrapped up. Ball came loose, but the play was blown dead. Choo Choo ran into a pile of Gladiators there as he crossed the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play, maybe a yard. Well, they're going to give him a forward progress for about 2 yards. So it'll be second down and about 3.
All right, so at least you got some positive yardage there, and the officials blew the play dead, so there was no fumble. Let's see if the Millionaires are in 4-down territory, and they're going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line of the Gladiators. 11 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first half. Millionaires trailing at 22-7. Patrick Choo Choo Brown, the lone running back in the backfield. And a one wide out split to the near side. Here's Peterson handing off Choo Choo as they do the sweep on the far side. And Choo Choo unable to really get any forward motion at all ahead of the line of scrimmage. Tried to do the old stiff arm there, but good coverage by the Gladiators, keeping him from getting that first down.
Well, let's see if they figure this out. That really should have been a 3rd down play, Doug. Mike Ford ran the 1st down play when he was injured, and then Choo Choo ran the 2nd down.
I think you're right. I think we lost
so that should have been a 3rd down play,
yep.
Even though that the chain gang showed it was 2nd, and the scoreboard showed 2nd. So they're showing it's 3rd and short. Really, it should be 4th and short, but
Millionaires will take advantage of it.
May call that some home field advantage here. Let's see if they're able to sneak for the 1st down or what.
3rd and less than a yard for the 1st down.
Oh,
I think we just got an explanation. We'll get it in a second for you.
That we missed.
So there was a penalty. I didn't see the flag on the play, but the Millionaires will take it. Here's Peterson rolling back, throws. It is a catch. No, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch.
Marvin Mo Harris there trying to make the grab at the 5.
So we got the explanation that there was illegal participation. We missed it. So that was the 3rd down play, setting up 4th down now, 4th and less than a yard for the Millionaires. That looks like they're are they going to go for it here? It looks like it.
I think you got to go for it here. Divisional game. Been a wide open so far. I think you got to go for the 1st.
Yeah,
I did not see a flag on that, so but that was the penalty, so that's why
we appreciate the explanation to get it right.
In the booth to our right, the scoreboard operator letting us know. Choo Choo Brown in the backfield as they send out one wide out to the near side. And Peterson on the keeper.
I don't think he got it.
And didn't get a lot of good forward surge there, but unless he snuck under.
He might, if he was able to snake through there, he would have needed to get low to find a crevice to get through there because the initial surge was not good for the Millionaires.
Going up against, like we said, linemen averaging about 280, 290. Front four for the Gladiators. Now, Peterson is a small guy. He's able to sneak through sometimes.
Officials timeout. They're going to bring the sticks
out.
They're
going to measure this.
I think this is one of those, Doug, as they say, it depends which foot they marked it, with the right one or the left one.
I said last week in the game, a short measurement, you always wonder how accurate can it be when they, an inch or two when they carrying these sticks 30 yards across the field. But
well, there is a way that they mark it on the line.
Yeah.
And then they put it on the line when they get out to where the ball is. So there is a technique to that, but it's as much, how accurate are the spots really when someone's coming from the opposite side of the field to mark it.
Yep, going to be close here. And it looks like he made it. He did. Wow. So a good, favorable spot for the Millionaires. You and I saw that, Ed, and it did not look like he had the forward push, but maybe Peterson just snuck the ball under there.
Must have found a way to sneak in there down below because the initial surge looked like he got knocked backwards. Excellent job by Mike Peterson to pick up the key first down there and keep this drive alive for the Millionaires.
First and goal now at the 9-yard line. Under 10 minutes left in this first half. And the Millionaires trying to get back within one score here. After the Gladiators come right back and answer the Millionaires' first touchdown of the ball game. One back set. Here's a pitch in the backfield. And it's going to be carried across the 10, basically back to the line of scrimmage. That looked like it was, is that number 6? Rossan Allen, I believe, the carrier there. Or was that Choo Choo? Either way, did not pick up much. It'll be second down and goal from the 9. That was Choo Choo on the carry. So
good penetration that time by the left side of the Gladiator defense. They were able to get in there and hold that for a short gain, setting up a 2nd and 9 situation.
As they line up with one wide out split to the near side, that's James Judge. Choo Choo in the backfield. Nobody on the left side, so plenty of room over there if the Millionaires decide to do a little fake here. Here's Peterson rolling out on the fake handoff, looking to throw, being rushed. Now he throws back to the near side and overthrows his receiver. Trying to hit Rossall in there, but well overthrown, incomplete.
He was wide open. Peterson could have got on the ball. He could have danced into the end zone. Mike Peterson initially was looking to the left side. They had a tight formation. Everybody was in tight except for one wide receiver here to the near side. And it was a fake to the left side, and then Peterson rolled out that way trying to get somebody in the far corner of the end zone. That was covered. Peterson come back to the right side, and Allen was open, but he just missed them, setting up third down here, a situation for the Millionaires. Let's see if they can find a way to get it into the end zone.
Third and goal from the 9-yard line, 8:49 left in the second quarter. And the Millionaires trying to pull back within one score. They trail at 20-7. Choo Choo Brown in the backfield. Rossan pick-six Allen line up in kind of an offset tight end there. And now we get a flag thrown. Oh, timeout called. All right. I did see a flag drop by the back judge, but they pick it up, wave it off. They did get the timeout called.
Just in the nick of time to avoid the 5-yard penalty. Let's see if the Millionaires here can take advantage of this timeout, figure out what they want to do here offensively. Third down. Key point in the game, really, Doug. Still 8:49 to go in the second quarter, but the Millionaires have trailed since early in the game, giving up 2 quick scores on fumbles deep in their own territory, and they've battled back here to make a game of it. And if they're unable to score here, that would be a huge momentum lift for the Gladiator defense, as they're able to stop them and regain control of the ball here.
Millionaires will hit the road again next Saturday. They travel up to the Jacksonville area, take on the Duval Vipers. And then they'll be back here in 2 weeks to take on another division opponent, the Southwest Florida Panthers, the team they already beat in week 1 of the season, 24-15. So another division game coming up in 2 weeks. The Duval Vipers not in their division. So a big opportunity now for the Millionaires, really a must-win for them to stay in the race in the division for the playoff spot. They only played 10 games in the regular season, so every game really important. Here's Peterson on the fake pitch. Throws over the middle, and it is caught. Touchdown, Millionaires! And that was James Judge in the end zone for the score.
What a play. Peterson, it looked like everybody was well covered. He just threw it up to the back of the end zone, threw it up high. And James Judge, not a big guy, but he went up high to haul that one in. Beautiful connection there for the touchdown. And let's see here if the Millionaires can convert on the extra point and cut that lead. And we're getting clarified once more. So much for us thinking it was a touchdown, Doug.
Not a touchdown. His foot was out of the end zone, they said, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Far end zone. We couldn't see it. It looked like he brought it in from us, but they are going for the field goal now, Doug.
Evan Patoka will go for the field goal at the 16, 26-yard attempt. And Patoka, a left-footed kicker. Here's the snap, the spot, the kick, end over end. And it is good. Boy, that took a long time to go 26 yards. Kind of a knuckleball end-over-ender, but it got through, and the Millionaires at least come away with some points there. They trail it now 20-10, 8:38 left here in the first half.
Yeah, we've seen some knucklers on these kicks, but the key stat is does it go through, and that one did, give them the Millionaires at least some points from that trip. After that 49-yard pass on first down, they weren't able to take full advantage of it and put it in the end zone, even though it looked like they did pull it off on the third down play. But it's called incomplete, out of bounds in the back of the end zone, and they had to settle for the field goal. 8:38 left here in the second quarter. The Millionaires do close the gap to 20-10, considering it was 13-0 with about 1 minute gone in the game, Doug. Give the Millionaires a lot of credit for not hanging their heads and fighting back here to make a game of it.
So the Millionaires on that drive go 68 yards, pick up the 26-yard field goal by Evan Patoka. And Patoka coming to the team this year, first-year kicker. Millionaires really did not have a kicker last year. They on every touchdown, Ed, they went for the two-pointers. So good to have a kicker back with the team. And particularly in this league, but any league, a kicker is a premium, but not any more so than the FFA, to find a guy who can not only kick field goals and extra points, but a good punter and kickoff man. So Patoka doing a good job so far for Sarasota.
Well, people, sometimes don't think the kickers are really football players, but they play a valuable role in the game, especially when it comes to field position. And it's certainly good for the Millionaires to have a good kicker this season.
And Patoka will kick it off to the Gladiators. Woods and Carnes back for Bradenton. End over end kick, short kick taken at the 16-yard line. Woods with the catch. He takes it out across the 30 to the far side of the field, across the 30 to about the 34. And that's where the Gladiators will start, first and 10. With 8:31 left in a very long first half of play so far. Plenty of time left in this second quarter.
Yeah, a lot of penalties have slowed the pace of play down a little bit, and it's sort of like being on the golf course behind that foursome ahead of you that's taken 12 shots
the
each.
senior citizen foursome.
It sort of drags it out a little bit. Well, that's sort of what the penalties do here. You lose some rhythm to the game. Hopefully the teams are settled in now a little bit. We're going to see some better flow in the action.
Yeah, these two teams know each other well, not only from playing in former high school games, but the rivalry they've developed over the years in both the SSFL and FFA over the last decade or so since the Millionaires have been in the league. This is their 10th season. Here's a short pickup on a handoff, if anything. Good job by the Millionaires to stop that. Glenn Woods on the carry, and I don't think he got much at all.
Yeah, looks like they stuffed it for no gain, Doug. Good defense on first down. Let's see if the Millionaires can hold them right here and get some good field position, something they haven't had much of so far in this game.
Gladiators have won a couple of championships in their history in the both the SSFL and the FFA, a perennial contender, as the Millionaires have been. They've been a playoff team for 7 out of their previous 9 years since they've existed, and went to the championship game twice. Played in the Rice Bowl 2 times. Did not come away with a win, but always a tough team if they can get in the playoffs. Here's a pitch in the backfield again, this time to Craig Carnes, and he's pushed back. Good job by that Millionaire defense, not allowing Carnes to get any momentum, and they push him backwards.
Millionaires' defense has really stepped up here. They're doing a great job taking away the running game for the Gladiators. It was a couple passes that made the difference on that last drive for Bradenton. Let's see here if they go to the air here, 3rd and long. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're going to do. Let's see now if the front four for the Millionaires can get some pressure on the quarterback.
Thad Starling, the defensive coordinator for the Millionaires, done a great job of coming in here with Coach Ernest Givens and keeping that Millionaire defense moniker, the blackout defense, and right now they're playing very inspired after a rough start to the ball game with those 2 turnovers. 3rd and 10 for the Gladiators. Kirby up behind center, drops back to pass, looks to the near side, throws, and it is, nearly picked off. That could have easily been an interception. Ball came short, and it was knocked down. And that was, we don't have a 37 on the roster, but it was knocked down by number 37.
And he was calling for the offensive interference flag on that play. No go from the referee, but
it might have been Dexter Watson. We were told he was 27, but apparently he's 37.
Excellent inside position, and that's one ball where they didn't get it up high and let Charlton go up for it. Instead, they enabled the defender to get a hand on it. A good play setting up the 4th down punt by the Bradenton Gladiators.
And they will punt the ball. Philip Chalta standing at his own 20-yard line. And the Millionaires have a chance now to get the ball back and try and pull within perhaps 3 points here if they can put together a scoring drive. Now we're going to get a stoppage of play. Looks like a delay of game on the Gladiators. They did this last time. They were going to punt it.
Well, I know he's got a big leg, but they're already at their own 39. I don't think they need an extra 5 yards to try to keep it in play here, but they take the penalty. And
good time for a rush by the Millionaires now. Marvin Mo Harris, defensive captain, lining up now, close to the line of scrimmage. Now he backs off. And now we get another stoppage of play.
Let's hope the Millionaires.
False start on the Gladiators, so they're going to push them back another 5. So now the Gladiators showing a little bit of a sloppy play the last few minutes.
Back-to-back penalties here, trying to get a punt off. That's not a good sign. Looks like maybe the Gladiators losing some of their concentration, and just while the Millionaires are starting to find their groove here, Doug, and starting to play much better.
Chaltis, here comes the rush. Another flag on the play, nearly blocked. A short, high kick. It will bounce right at the 50-yard line, take a Gladiator roll, though, all the way down to the Millionaire 37. But there is a flag on the play back at the 23-yard line. So let's see if somebody moved on the Gladiators
and it punched
side of the field.
And that punt was down when it was bouncing in favor of Bradenton. I don't think the receiver realized
against Sarasota. So it's up to Bradenton now if they think they can get a better field position with a re-kick here. I think they probably will accept this field position. It's at 36.
Compared to the first punt, wasn't a very good one. But
why risk another block?
Still not bad field position here.
Nope, they're going to decline it. So the Sarasota Millionaires will have it 1st and 10 at their own 36 with 6:15 remaining in this first half of play. Very shifty first half of play as far as momentum goes. Of course, Bradenton just came right out, scored those 2 defensive touchdowns off of fumbles deep in the Millionaire end of the field. And it looked like the Millionaires were going to get run out, but they came back, settled down a little bit, pulled within 13-7, and now Bradenton went out ahead 20-7, and now the Sarasota Millionaires score a field goal to pull within 10. And let's see if they can pull closer now. 3 wide out to the near side, 1 to the far side. And Mike Peterson fakes a handoff, throws to the near side, incomplete. Trying to hit Ben Seymour in a little swing pass, but throws ahead of him out of bounds.
Trying to get that wide receiver screen going. Peterson looked up left and just turned around and threw it to the right side. Didn't really look for the receiver, and Seymour wasn't in the right spot, and it goes incomplete. That could have been dangerous, but no defender was in the way there to come up with a play. I think they need to work on that one a little bit more, Doug, before they run that play.
Now the Millionaires send 2 wide outs to the near side, 1 to the far side, I formation. And then Terrell Brown in the tailback slot, Choo-Choo in the fullback slot in the I. Now Peterson taking his time as the Gladiators show a blitz perhaps here. Here comes the rush. Look out, Mike. Rolling in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down for the sack back at his own 26-yard line. You can just see that coming, Ed.
Yeah, they had the rush coming, expecting the pass there by the Millionaire quarterback, and there's nowhere for Peterson to go. He was looking to try to scramble out of trouble, but they had him hemmed in there pretty well. They're really doing a nice job of keeping him in the pocket, Doug. And when there is pressure, there's nowhere for him to go, and that's a huge sack. Pushes it back about 10 yards, setting up a third and almost 20 yards here on this next play here for the Millionaires.
Back at their own 26-yard line now. 5.5 left in the first half. 2 wide out split to the near side, 1 to the far side. And now Ben Seymour jumps across the line before the snap. So now the Millionaires showing some sloppy play on this series, and they're going to be pushed back another 5 yards. So contagious. We saw Bradenton do it on their last possession. Now the Millionaires are putting some self-inflicted wounds on themselves.
Well, just when they looked like they had some offensive momentum.
Self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, self-inflicted. And it looks like when they were starting to get some rhythm going, they come out for this series and couldn't take advantage of it. And instead they're going in the wrong direction as well, Doug, setting up a third and way long here.
Third and about 24. Peterson, and another flag on the play, and they blow this one dead, and somebody else moved on the Millionaires' line there. So it is just going haywire right now for the Millionaire offense. Ernest Givens looking out there. He just saying to himself, I don't know what to do here. This is a terrible series for Sarasota on offense. Now you're getting into the position where you're going to punt it from your own end zone if you're not careful.
This is where maybe back in my day of coaching, I might go to the quick kick, try to get it out of here. And while I'm not expecting a return, but they're sort of playing the prevent defense here on the Gladiator side with third and a mile for the Millionaires.
Now the rain coming down harder right now too. So more than just a drizzle right now as Mike Peterson takes the snap, hands it off in the backfield, and it is carried out across the 25 to near the 30. That was Terrell Brown on the carry.
That was a nice run by Terrell Brown. Yeah. If that 13 there for Bradenton, Edgar Thieler wouldn't have made that tackle there, that could have broken for a big play. But instead he does at least get some field position for the Millionaires here before they have to punt it.
Brown played his high school ball right here at Irick Field. But now Patoka will come on to punt it. So Brown gave him a little bit of room here to at least not have to kick it out from his own end zone. But Bradenton will get good field position here as the rain comes down a little bit harder right now. Not a torrential downpour, but a pretty steady rain.
Looks like Sarasota's taking a timeout, or rather Bradenton taking a timeout.
Yeah, their final timeout. They'll get a 2-minute warning as well. So a poor series on offense for the Millionaires there, Ed. 3 consecutive penalties and unable to do anything on that at all after they make a defensive stop. And now they're going to give the ball back to the Gladiators, and plenty of time left here in this second quarter.
Well, the Millionaire defense had a great series last time, holding Bradenton to no yardage. And the Bradenton defense ends up doing the same thing to Sarasota. So right now we turn into a defensive struggle the last couple of possessions.
Patoka standing at his own 16-yard line, waiting the snap. Here comes the rush. And just gets it away. Good kick by Patoka. Nice high spirally kick. Going to be fielded at the 28-yard line and returned across the 35 to near the 40 on the far side of the field. There is a flag after the play is over. let's see what the call is here. Usually that's a face mask or an illegal block on a kick return.
Great job by the kicker. I thought that was going to get blocked. Braden was putting a lot of pressure on it, and instead he got off an excellent kick, pushed Charlton way back, and good coverage by the Millionaires. Not much room for Charlton to do anything with it, and he sort of danced out of bounds there after a short return. Well, let's see what's happening here with the call.
Looks like it's going to go against the Gladiators here. Haven't got the signal yet. But it will go against Bradenton, so that's a break for the Millionaires as they get a good kick from Evan Patoka, and now they will get the benefit, looks like, of perhaps another 15 here.
Yeah, they're moving them back.
Here's the call, personal foul. Illegal block in the back, we're told. So they will push back the Gladiators now to their own 28-yard line. With 3:55 remaining here in the first half, they have a 10-point lead, 20-10. Big interdivisional game here in the Florida Football Alliance. Gladiators come in with a record of 3-0. They come off a 16-0 shutout last week to the Hurricanes. The Millionaires come off a 42-0 shutout loss to the Orlando Rage on the road. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Glenn Woods. Big hole, finds it on the near side, gets out to the 40-yard line, and close to a first down.
Yeah, good run there by Woods. He saw daylight, and he headed towards it and was able to turn it upfield, pick up a first down as they're moving the chains all the way out to the 40-yard line. First down for Bradenton, and that's exactly what they wanted here with 3:30 to go here before halftime, trying to get a drive going and put another score on the board before halftime.
Big defensive series for the Millionaires. They cannot let Gladiators get any points here, get back to a more than 2-score lead here. That's their incentive right now. Just hold the Gladiators off the board here, get into halftime just trailing by 10. Kirby behind center, offset I. Turns around, hands it off, Woods again, and slashes up the right side as that hole closed up quickly. Good job by the Millionaires. Marvin Mo Harris gets in there from his linebacker spot and trips up Woods after only about a 1-yard pickup.
A little second effort there by Woods. Maybe he got 2 or 3 out of it.
Yep,
but
2 yards after.
Still was a nice defensive play by Harris.
Could have been more, though. Looked like he had a big hole there. That closed up quickly as Harris got in there. Tripped him up, 2nd down and 8 at the Gladiator 42. As the Glads break huddle, single wide out, split to the near side, 2 on the far side of the field. I formation again. Kirby behind center. Fakes. No, he does hand it off to the up man. Chris Hall goes out to the near side. Cannot cut upfield, and a good job again by that Millionaire defense. Good pursuit, and they bring him down again. It's Marvin Mo Harris. He's all over the field today, doing a great job.
Yeah, the initial penetration there made number 4 Dante Brown bounce it out. Bounce it outside. The fullback, the up man, you try to do a quick dive to the fullback, try to catch him off guard, but they were able to make him bounce it out, and then once he did, there was all kinds of pursuit out there by the Millionaires, and they were able to throw him down for a yard or 2 loss on the play, setting up a 3rd and long situation here at the 2-minute warning for the Bradenton Gladiators.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. You're listening to Sarasota Millionaires football on the Sarasota Millionaires Broadcast Network and DougMilesMedia.com. Doug Miles and Ed Schneider, glad to be with you doing Millionaires football this winter and spring. We'll be with you for as many games as we can, particularly the home games and the selected road games. Of course, any playoff games, we'll be doing those as well here at Ustream.tv. And, again, the replay is available at YouTube.com and at DougMilesMedia.com. And we will not be with you next Saturday as the Millionaires travel to up to Jacksonville, but we'll be with you in 2 weeks right here at Irick Field as they take on the Southwest Florida Panthers. I believe that is a 3 p.m. kickoff. Most games will probably be at 3 p.m. We'll let you know on the website. So 3rd down and 9 for the Gladiators at their own 41-yard line. So big series right now for the Millionaires on defense. Kirby drops back into the gun. Has 2 wide out split to either side, the quad formation. 1 back set. Kirby looks like he's going to throw it. Throws to the near side. It is floating, and it is incomplete. as Marquise Murray, the intended receiver, who played at Bayshore High School. That ball floated, and Murray took a good shot there as the ball went over his hands.
Yeah, Murray had to try to reach up for that one, and a good timing there on the defense. Hit Murray right when he was reaching for it. Goes incomplete, setting up a fourth down situation now for the Gladiators. Let's see if they're going to punt it away. 1:54 remaining here in the first half.
So a good job by the Millionaires, particularly led by defensive captain Marvin Moe-Harris on that series, and now they force a punt. And the Millionaires will get the ball back with a good amount of time and one timeout. See if they can get a good run back here. They haven't had a chance to do that yet on a punt. Dexter Watson shaken up on that last play, but able to get up now. He appears to be okay. Bit of a cramp, it looks like, as he made the shot on Murray on that last play. Here's the snap. Chaltis gets the kick away. High, short kick, though. It will bounce at the Millionaire 35, and it'll be picked up by Marvin Moe-Harris on the run, and he takes it up ahead near the 39. A bit of a dangerous play there, but they picked up 5 yards on it.
And it's a dangerous play, but he gets it up to almost the 40-yard line. Normally, you don't want to let that ball hit the ground, especially on a short punt, because that's what usually ends up bouncing, 10, 20 yards for the kicking team. But Harris saved at least a 10 to 15 yards of field position for the Millionaires by picking that up and turning it upfield. Great field position to start this last drive, most likely for the Millionaires. 1:41 left in the half.
See if they can do something here at their own 39-yard line, moving from left to right. They send out 3 wide out to the near side and 1 to the far side. 1 back set. And Mike Peterson drops back to pass. Stops in the pocket now. He's going to be rushed. He gets rid of it to Choo Choo in the flat. And Choo Choo Brown just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Good job by the Gladiator defense forcing that play.
Mike Peterson hasn't had much time to throw back there today, Doug. Been someone in his face pretty much all day. And give that credit to the Gladiators defensive front.
No huddle for the Millionaires. Clock continues to run. 3 wideouts now on the far side, 1 to the near side. 1 back set again. Peterson back to pass. Looks right, throws, and overthrows Ben Seymour there. Again, Peterson rushing the throw, and good observation that he has just got no blocking at all or no time back there to really set up and throw the ball.
Really, about all they can do is try to run that 3-step drop, 3 steps, and run a slant for the most part, try to get rid of it before the pressure gets in his face. And we've already mentioned that Peterson's a short quarterback, and not many passing lanes in there today so far for Mike Peterson.
He's gone all the way at quarterback. Teron Withersby has not played at all, and what we thought would be another quarterback signed by the Millionaires this week, Josh Blanton, he has not seen action yet. Peterson back to pass, and the rush breaks down. Now Peterson able to run with it. Gets across the 45 to midfield, steps out of bounds just short of the 50-yard line, just short of the first down, though. I don't think Peterson knew where the stick was.
Yeah, there's no marker on the side opposite of the chain.
Yeah, the near side, there's no marker at all, but I think he should have known where it is.
Yeah, he's
going to be short by a yard on 4th down now.
He could have picked that up, I think, had he known. Instead, he went out of bounds.
Now they got to go for it on 4th and 2. At the 48-yard line. Peterson takes the snap, fakes a throw right, now throws left. Oh, and Choo Choo Brown out of his hands and falls incomplete. And now you're going to give the ball back to the Gladiators in great field position here.
Yeah, yes you do. And I don't know if Choo Choo Brown would have been able to pick up the first down anyways. There were defenders out there for the Gladiators, but he dropped it. Maybe he was looking at those defenders and feeling them a little bit. In any event, great field position now for the Glads. 52 seconds left here in the first half, and they're in Millionaire territory at about the 47-yard line. Let's see if they can take advantage of that 4th down failure to capitalize.
And they have no timeouts, though. But let's see if this mistake for the Millionaires costs them again. Remember earlier in the quarter, they had a offside penalty that led to a touchdown for the Gladiators. Would have been a 3rd and long, and let's see if the Gladiators can take advantage now. Kirby in the gun, throws far side. It is caught at the 39 of the Millionaires and tackled out of bounds after about an 8-yard pickup. Catch made by Bon Bean, name we've called before in not only Millionaire football, but also in high school football.
Former Manatee wide receiver.
Yeah. 8-yard pickup. Clock stops as he goes out of bounds with 44 seconds at the Millionaire 40. Second down and 2.
2-minute drive pass there. The quick out, able to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Setting up a second and short situation. Let's see if they look to go deep here on the second down play.
Rain appears to have slowed down right now. Field looks to be in pretty good shape. Sometimes it gets a bit muddy at midfield. Could be a little slick out there. Kirby gets the snap, looks to throw, throws deep down the far side. A floater, and it is caught, though. Receiver coming back to make the grab at the 16-yard line. And that was Jacques Johnson, who made the catch.
Yeah, the defender slipped. That's what the wet field will do for you.
Now Kirby clocks it as the clock continued to run there. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. So it'll be second down and 10. They clocked that, and the chains hadn't been moved down yet. So technically, that should not have been snapped.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been snapped. You're right.
Officials should have seen that. Cost Bradenton a down there. But sometimes you see things in minor league ball you don't see elsewhere. Ball down to the Millionaire, 17-yard line. Second down and 10. 2 wideouts to the near side and to the far side. And Kirby in the gun. Takes the snap, and now we get a stoppage, whistle, and a flag. Too much time. So that's a break for the Millionaires. Too much time for the Gladiators.
You don't see that very often, too much time after clock.
After a clock in the ball. So it'll be second down and 15 now. Back at the 22-yard line of the Millionaires. Quad formation for the Glads. 2 to either side. 1 back set. Kirby in the gun. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Lofts it. A floater, and it could be almost picked off. Throwing into double coverage there. And ball batted away at the last second. Jeff Charlton over there, he was well covered, but that was an interceptable ball, Ed.
Jeff Charlton's got some hops. He's able to get up there. He went up to the highest point to try to haul it in, but great coverage by the Millionaires. They had 2 defenders right there with them who both went up as well. They were able to knock it free. Charlton got his hands on it briefly, but wasn't able to hold on to it. That falls incomplete, setting up third and long situation here. 17 seconds remaining here in the half. A key time here in the game defensively for the Millionaires. See if they can keep the Gladiators out of the end zone.
Again, that quad formation. And Kirby in the gun. Takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, throws to the far side of the field now. Has Charlton there, and it is caught. Touchdown, Gladiators. Touchdown. Actually, that was Bon Bean on the far side of the field that made the catch, and he was wide open there. The ball was thrown kind of slow, but nobody came over there, and Bon Bean made the catch for the score.
Now that looked like a little comeback pattern where Bean looked like he was heading deep and came back, turned it back in right at the pylon at the goal line, and that's right where the ball was put, and they were able to come up with a catch for the touchdown. A key pass play for the Bradenton Gladiators here with 9 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, that really hurts the Millionaire psyche right there as Gladiators score with under a minute remaining, just 9 seconds left. Now Chaltis with the extra point try. And before it can be executed, we get a whistle. Flag on the play. So Kirby to Bon Bean, 21-yard touchdown pass with just 9 seconds left as the Gladiators go 47 yards on that drive. Well, they pick up the flag. No flag. So I guess the refs thought they saw something, and they're going to say nope. So they'll re-kick the extra point here, or retry it. And this league isn't an automatic, Ed, like the NFL.
Well, that's for sure. I don't think it's a
high snap.
99.9% automatic like it is there.
And the kick is good. I'd say in this league it's about 50%. Now late flags come in after the extra point. So hold on here.
Things getting a little chippy here maybe at the end of the half.
Frustration by the Millionaire defense, who played pretty well, other than those two early. I mean, really not their fault. They had to defend from their 10 and 5 yard line on the earlier in the game, and then the offensive turnovers. So they played pretty well other when they've had the chance. It is against the Millionaires after the play, personal foul. So it'll be actually it's offsetting personal foul on both teams. So like you said, a little chippiness there. And just 9 seconds left. So see if the Millionaires can get a good return here. Maybe go into halftime, a little offensive or at least positive thing here, but they trail it right now, 27-10.
Well, the Millionaires' defense really has played pretty well. They've only given up 2 scoring drives to the Gladiators in this game, and the last one was a short field of 47 yards. And it really hasn't been on the ground. It's been through the air where Bradenton's been able to capitalize. Give quarterback Nicholas Kirby a lot of credit. He's been able to put the ball in some spots for his receivers, been able to make some plays. Jeff Charlton scored earlier in the game on a 20-yard TD pass, and that last one thrown to the spot there at the pylon. Von Bede doing the comebacker, 24 yards for the score with only 9 seconds remaining in the half. That's a huge score for the Gladiators right before halftime. And even though the Millionaires defense did give that up, they actually have played very well this half. Difference in the game, Doug, is those 2 early scores off fumbles from deep in their own territory by the offense, and that's put the Millionaires behind the 8 ball early on. And other than that, it's been a pretty competitive game.
So just 9 seconds left. Gene Ash and Nigel Matthews back for the Millionaires. See if they get a chance to return this here. Chaltis with the kickoff just squibs it along the ground. He's going to be picked up by Ash at his own 15-yard line. Goes up to the middle of the field to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Has 2 men to beat to the 50-yard line, and he's brought down inside Gladiator territory as time runs out. Well, he almost broke it all the way, but time runs out here in the first half.
And you always have a safety back there with the kicker on the kick coverage, and that guy did his job. That's what he's supposed to do. If the man squirts through there, it's your job to tackle him, and he was able to make the touchdown-saving tackle. That would have been something that would have been able to be returned here at the end of the half with no time on the clock. But instead, it just goes as a nice return for the stat books, and that ends the first half. Competitive game after the early fumbles by the Millionaires, but give the Glads credit. They come back right at the end of the half to make it a 27-10 score in favor of Bradenton.
We will take a break for halftime. If you're watching us live, we'll be back in about 15 minutes for second half action. If you're watching the replay, just go to the bottom of the screen and fast forward it a little bit for the start of the third quarter. Our halftime score, the Bradenton Gladiators 27, the Sarasota Millionaires 10. This is Doug Miles and Ed Schneider saying stay with us. We'll have more in 15 minutes.
turn it back on.
There we go. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. There we go. And welcome back to Irick Field on the campus of Sarasota High School. Doug Miles and Ed Schneider with you as we get set to resume play here in the third quarter. The Braden Gladiators with a 27-10 lead over the Sarasota Millionaires. Ed, I know you've been keeping some stats. What do we have?
Well, surprisingly, despite the 27-10 score, the total yardage for each team is almost the same. 145 net yards so far in the first half for the Millionaires. 141 net yards for the Braden Gladiators. Difference in the game, really, at the start of the game, the two quick fumbles by the Millionaires that got them in the 13-0 hole, and then since that point, it's been a pretty even game. Each team's had two offensive drives for scores. A 70-yarder capped off by the 23-yard Mike Ford run for the Millionaires, and then the second drive, 68 yards for the Millionaires, but they were held to a 26-yard Evan Patata field goal, and that was probably the difference since the early scores, where Braden was able to put both their longer drives into the end zone. One a touchdown pass to Jeff Charlton and one to Bon Bean right before halftime. So really, it's a pretty evenly played game if you can take away those first two plays. Unfortunately, you can't. And that's why we have a 27-10 score here at halftime.
Yeah, it looked bad very early for the Millionaires, but they settled down a bit. But a couple of penalties hurt them as well, keeping the ball in the Gladiators' hands, and they turned that into a couple of scores as well. So let's see how the Millionaires make the adjustments at halftime and come out here and see what they can do. Very important game, as we said, in the division. Gladiators leading the division with a 3-0 record. Millionaires come in with 1 up and 2 down. They won their opener down in Fort Myers against the Southwest Florida Panthers, but have dropped 2 in a row since. Lost a very tough game a couple of weeks ago here to Daytona Beach on a last-second field goal, Ed. 44-yarder beat them as time ran out, and then totally blown out last week to the Orlando Rage. So a tough early stretch for the Millionaires here in their schedule. Although they do get the break of having 6 home games against only 4 road games, kind of a quirk in the schedule.
Well, they obviously need to take advantage of that, Doug, and so far they aren't today. Let's see if they can find a way to come back. And unfortunately for the Millionaires, they are kicking off here to start the second half. They really need the defensive step up, make a stop here, and not allow the Gladiators to get any offensive momentum and get themselves some field position, something they didn't have much of in the first half, and see if they can get the first score going here in this third quarter. That'll cut the deficit down to a 2-score game. Then maybe they have an opportunity to find a way to come back and win this thing.
So Evan Patoka will put the ball on the tee at the 35-yard line, and back for the Gladiators is Glenn Woods. Standing at his own 5-yard line, along with, looks like Chauncey Jones out there as well. And the Gladiators will get the ball to start this second half. And Patoka approaches the ball with the left foot. Good end-over-end kick. And it's going to be fielded by Chauncey Jones. Takes it straight up the middle. Has it at the 35-yard line. Still on his feet to the 40-yard line. Up to midfield on the far side of the field. And finally brought down near the 50-yard line. So a good return by the Gladiators. And again, starting with great field position.
And that's not what the Millionaires needed. They needed to try to pin them deep in their own territory here. Good return, as you mentioned, Doug. Excellent blocking there on the far side. Is able to get upfield behind his blockers and get it up almost to midfield, setting up a great field position for the Braden Gladiators here to start this third quarter.
And they'll be moving from left to right in this third quarter. Again, dressed in the white jerseys with the orange pants and the dark green numbers, white helmets with the BG logo on the side. And they come out of the opening huddle here in the third quarter. Nick Kirby, the quarterback, who's had a very good game so far. Chris Hall standing to his left in the backfield as they line up in the quad formation, 2 wideouts to either side of the line. Kirby taking a long count, now takes the snap, looks to pass, throws deep down the near side, has a man there, but intercepted at the 25-yard line. And a quick turnover for the Millionaires. And that was, well, it was number 18, and we don't have, that was the new quarterback.
Josh Blanton.
Josh Blanton. I was looking at the number. That's the new number we wrote down. So Josh Blanton, just signed by the Millionaires, picks off the first play of the third quarter.
We heard he showed some good stuff in practice on the offense at quarterback, but a nice play defensively. That ball was somewhat underthrown by Kirby, and Blanton took advantage of it, comes down with the interception on the first offensive play of the second half for the Gladiators, and sets the Millionaires up with a first down here with 14:44 remaining here in the third quarter.
And first and 10 for the Millionaires at their own 23, moving from right to left here in this third quarter. Mike Peterson remaining in at quarterback. And he has an I formation, a little jump off by the Gladiators. No flags, though. Peterson rolling out to the far side. He is going to be brought down at around the 25. There is a flag now on the far side of the field. So let's see if they call the Gladiators for jumping offside here.
Yeah, we've been having a tough time seeing the flag so far today, Doug.
They don't throw them. He just kind of drops them. He's supposed to throw them so we can see him up here in the booth.
And normally a play like that, you'd have both linesmen on either side throwing the flag as well, and it hasn't happened a lot today, but they got the penalty call anyways.
Should be against the Gladiators here. There was a couple of defenders jumping offside, and they will mark it off. So a break for the Millionaires. They get a quick interception here. 2 turnovers for each team in the ball game. Of course, 2 of the turnovers for the Millionaires resulted in touchdowns, fumble recoveries for touchdowns for Bradenton in the first quarter. So they're now first down and 5 at the Millionaire 28-yard line. 2 wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near side, offset I. Pitch back to Choo Choo Brown on the near side. Gets across the 30-yard line. A little head of steam out near the 37 before he's tripped up. Had some blockers ahead of him, so the old sweep play there picks up some good yardage and a first down.
The Choo Choo was churning on that one, Doug. He ran very hard on that play. Moves the chains here on the first down and short yardage try. And gets the ball outside the 35-yard line for the Millionaires.
Millionaires ran a no-huddle running offense for at least a brief period last week, which was effective, and then they got away from it. But I'd like to see them go back to that now. The Choo Choo running the ball for some big gainers last Saturday night in Orlando. I formation again. Choo Choo in the tailback slot. Peterson now hands off to the up man, who takes it right up the middle, and he is stuffed for no gain on the play.
And that's a great way to describe it, Doug. There was nothing there. He got blew up right in the hole. No forward progress. They're marking it maybe a half-yard gained, but excellent.
Actually, that was Mike Ford on the carry. He played the fullback slot there.
Yeah, they tried to surprise him with a quick hitter out of the fullback spot, but they were ready for it. And excellent surge by the defensive front of the Bradenton Gladiators, holding Mike Ford to a 1-yard gain on that first down try.
Just underway here in the third quarter, 13 minutes and 8 seconds left. As Ford comes off the field, kind of limped a little bit as he came off, but apparently not too bad from that earlier injury in the second quarter. Peterson back to pass, looks to throws over the middle. It is going to be picked off at midfield by the Gladiators and returned to the 35-yard line, goes out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. And that was Dominique Davis who picked off the ball, who played up at Armwood High School. And, boy, you could just see that pass being picked off before Peterson even threw it.
Yeah, and
telegraphed it.
That was a ill-advised throw, as they say, Doug. There was about 3 defenders there around the receiver. Really no way to get that fit that one into the receiver's hands there. And nice little return by the Glads, and puts them in great field position inside the 35-yard line of the Millionaires with a first down.
Yeah, Peterson really telegraphed that one right there, and Davis just said, okay, I'm here, and he took it and ran it back. So they have it now at the Millionaire 32, and momentum shifting right back to the Gladiators after the first interception of the third quarter for the Millionaires. Here's Kirby, hands it off in the backfield, spinning move, gets across the 30 down to about the 28 for Chris Hall. And the Hall picks up about 3-4 yards on that first down carry. Just to the 28-yard line.
haul the up man on that play. That this time he didn't get bounced outside like he did the previous carry. Was able to get upfield for about a 4-yard gain, setting up a second down situation for the Gladiators.
That was the third turnover of the game for the Millionaires. 2 fumbles and now an interception. 2 wideouts to the far side and to the near side. Kirby in the gun, takes the snap, looks to throw, throws to the near side. Short pass, complete to Bonbean at the 24, trying to spin away, cannot do it. So a short pickup there as Josh Blanton over there to make the stop. Good job by him coming in there to prevent a really big gain, and keeps it to now a 3rd and 2 for the Glads.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Looked like Bean might have some room there after he caught that ball, but he got hemmed in there by several defenders and able to hold him short of the first down marker, although I would think that the Glads would be in 4-down territory here if they don't pick it up here on 3rd down.
3rd and 2 at the Millionaire 25-yard line. 11:20 left here in the 3rd quarter. Gladiators up 27-10 here in this FFA divisional matchup. And rushing across is Marvin Mo Harris, trying to time his rush at the quarterback on the linebacker blitz there, but he's going to be called for the offside here and bring up, actually give them a first down.
I think that was more mistimed than timed.
Yep.
And I think he tried to anticipate the count to get in there and get into the backfield and blow the play up. Instead, they looked like they were going on the long count, and it's should be an automatic first down here for the Glads. Although the referees are talking it over, are they going to say maybe he was drawn off?
Taking a while
yes,
here.
They are.
Yeah, wow, that's a break for the Millionaires. That definitely looked like Marvin just ran in there because he was running from a linebacker position there. But Millionaires will take it. Make it a 3rd down and 7 now rather than the 3rd and 2.
That could turn out to be a huge play here if the Millionaires are able to keep him out of getting this first down and take the ball over with some decent field position.
At the Millionaire 29-yard line, just short, or just across, I should say, of the Millionaire 30. As they have 2 wideouts again, split to either side. Kirby in the gun, takes the snap, looks to pass. Here comes the rush, gets rid of the ball. There's a man open there, but throws it a little bit ahead of the intended receiver, and it is incomplete. Marcus Murray, the intended receiver. There is a flag, though, at the line of scrimmage, and it is a holding call. Good rush on the quarterback, and that usually results in a hold.
It sure does, and that good rush is why Kirby wasn't able to hit the receiver. He was wide open, running up the seam. Instead, Kirby threw it more towards the middle of the field, and the receiver couldn't get there. It falls incomplete. Let's see. It looks like the Millionaires are going to take this penalty and push them back another 10 yards, make sure they're out of field goal range.
Kirby played his high school ball up in Clearwater. And they will mark it off now back to the Millionaire, 39. So it'll be 3rd down